Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I am starting with the area of management process today. So let's talk about the management process. If we talk about the management, I told you in the last class even. So let's just a quick recap. When we talk about the management, it starts with something that is related to the management comes from a particular Greek term which means oikonomos. That means the management of the household, and that is where the entire management process came from. So when we talk about the present management scenario, it has changed a lot, right? So let's talk about the last the term that we were talking about in the last class, that was post-corp. So let's talk about post-corp today. When we talk about the post-corp, what is exactly management? There are a few people who have given a lot towards this particular concept of management, and the particular concept has been discussed by various authors, and among them is Henry Fayol. When we talk about the Henry Fayol is one of the first people who have contributed towards the principles of management. Not the first one, but yep, he is among those people who have given their contribution towards it, right? So when we talk about Henry Fayol is the person who said that to manage is to forecast and plan and to organize, to command and to control. That means, according to him, when we talk about management, management can be defined as something where people. So when we talk about Henry Fayol, so, in this area, when we talk about the entire topic of management, according to him, it means to forecast. That means, first of all, you see your present. What is your present scenario? How are we working with it? Are we able to tackle it well or not? And that was something that would lead towards the next level. First is forecast. Second is plan. To plan means to look forward to what you are doing. To organize, that means to look forward to once you have you're done with your planning, the next point is to gather all the material for the same, right? All the important aspects, that is to organize. Then to command. When we talk about to command, it means that you have to tell people what they're doing, so you're going to tell them, and you're going to order them, and then at the end you'll be controlling them. So all these things are basically done in terms of the management. And then when we talk about the Luther Guick, see Luther Guick, there are two people. There are two persons actually. First is Luther Gulick and Ulrich. These are two people who were responsible for the coming of post-corp, right? Henry Fayol gave the planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling basically. To command is basically to direct. Then, from the term post corp, they gave they had given an extension to the one which Henry Fayol initially gave. So it is basically planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, which was given by Coons and O'Donnell, which are the original functions which are used today in the today's world. But in terms of Gulick and Urvik, they had given planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. CO is controlling. Then R is basically, oh sorry, for them it was coordination, and then it became reporting and budgeting. But the point is, this term coordination is still very important, but this term coordination is basically now an essence of management. This particular term coordination has been shifted towards an essence rather than being in among the functions of management. It's basically something which is an essence of management, right? Okay. Now let's talk about the in the current scenario, what's the process of management? In terms of planning, how do we define the term planning in terms of the today's aspect? It says that in it is see, planning is to forecast your future. First of all, forecasting is different from planning. Forecasting is just looking into the future. For example, if I say, I think it's gonna rain tomorrow, it's a weather forecast, right? But when I tell you that it might rain tomorrow, what can we do about it? Now, that is where your business plans. So, basically, planning is basically deciding in advance. This is a big W, what to do, when to do, by whom it would be done, right? These are all the things plus how to do. Or one of the basic and the most popular definitions of planning is planning bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to be. It basically bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to be. That means our present, and then we want to reach out to our future now. How will we reach out to our future without a proper plan? So basically, planning is deciding in advance what to do, when to do, how to do, and it also bridges the gap from where we are and where we want to be. So these are basically the definitions which are taken up for the management, right? Now, let's talk about it in terms of organizing. How do we define the term? Planning is the first level, it's the primary function. In terms of the entire functions, planning is the primary function of management. Why is it called the primary function of management? Because this is the first function. You do not start right away. You don't start implementing anything. You need to have a backup plan. You need to look forward to that backup and then you proceed with it, right? Okay. So, with planning, when where the planning ends, the next function, organizing, begins. When we talk about organizing, in the process of planning, what do? We look forward towards our future. So we're looking into our future, we're trying to make it the way we want to, but for that, it's just a mental process. Planning is nothing but a mental process where we are looking forward towards our future. We are brainstorming that this is what we want. But then what next? Then the next point is organizing. In terms of organizing, what do? We arrange all the material that we need. Everything that we need in terms of the working is required here. That means the physical, financial, and the human resources are to be arranged in order of our requirement. So basically here what do? We, after we have planned what we want to do, we will start implementing it. That means, in terms of Henry Fayol, you'll find that they say that to provide a business is to provide with everything useful or its functioning. The raw material, tools, capital, and personals. That means if the organization is in need of humans, provide them. If the organization is in need of people, in terms of if the organization is in need of anything else in the world, provide all those important things for them because they need it. So basically, here all the human and non-human elements would be combined. In terms of organizing, the organization is not only going to start implementing their plans, but also with this, they're going to look forward into who is going to be the ultimate authority, who is going to be responsible to whom. All those basic questions would be asked in terms of organizing. There is a specific process of organizing as well. So let's talk about that organizing process as well. Number one is to identify the various activities. That means in terms of plan, you had jotted down the base. So once you have jotted out the base, let's understand there are multiple activities. We need to make sure that we are providing different departments for the working. If you are into purchase department, I'll be into any other department. So when these all these departments are working, how do we look forward to that, right? Then classification of group of activities, then this is where first of all you find different activities, then those which are common you'll make different departments for that. And what do you do next? That is assignment of duties. You assign duties to different people, that this is what you are going to do, this is what the next person is going to do. And then see, if I give you the entire work, then you're going to be tired. So what you'll do, you'll also give the work that you are doing, you might be sharing that work with your juniors. So basically you will delegate your authority and creation of responsibility. But remember one thing, you can delegate or give your the authority or the power to someone else. But if you had been given some work now, you will always remain accountable for that. You cannot say that I had given it to some of my juniors, they are not doing it. You don't have that kind of liberty where you can say that this is what I was thinking about. You have to make sure that whenever these things are happening, then when there's a delegation of authority, then there's delegation of responsibility as well. In terms of authority, the responsibility goes down to the lower levels, but it is not done completely. I cannot push you that you are responsible for everything that I have been given to. Basically, the manager still remain responsible even if their human resource fails. Then last one is coordinating authority and responsibility relationships. Ultimately, what you need to do is you need to make sure that the authority is equal to responsibility. If I give you more authority, you might exploit it. If I give you less authority, you might get exhausted. And if in any case both of these are equal, it is balanced, you are answerable for what you are actually doing. So then more things are under your control. So then I cannot crib about the fact that whether you are doing things correctly or not. So that is organizing. Then comes the next function, which is called staffing. When we talk about staffing, first of all, we planned, then we had, then after planning, we had organizing, we have organized the work. What did we do next? That is called to have different staff. We decided that we need staff in our organization. Then how do we deal with that? In terms of staff, we need specific people who will start executing and with whom we'll be sharing our resources. So managerial function of staffing can be defined as something where we are putting people to work. We are deciding who's going to work for us, how they are going to work. All those things are decided, right? So that's how we define this area. Then management can be defined as where people are going to work for us. We'll decide who will work for us. We'll give them appraisal. We'll also develop a specific personnel to fill the roles designed in the structure. See, if in terms of departmentalization that we did in terms of organizing, we need to form different departments. You might take up purchase department, someone will take the sales department, someone will take up the marketing, someone will take up the distribution, someone will take up the finance, right? So all these activities are first of all divided in terms of organizing, and then we start putting people into work. That is where the staffing hits in. It is the next level after organizing. So that is staffing. That means putting people to work. One of the basic ways of learning staffing is to put right people to right job at the right time. It's genuine that these things are required, that things are to be taken up at the right time. For example, if I am looking for someone to work and currently I do not have that thing and currently there is nobody who's suitable for that job. So anybody who will take up that job will not be able to provide us the correct working at all. So that is where we specify the term staffing, right? Okay, when we talk about the staffing process, it is a lengthy process. So what I can do is I'll start with the staffing process in the next class. But let me give you a brief view of that. And in the next class, I'm going to also start with the area of MCQs of the management area as well. Let's talk about staffing now. When we talk about the staffing is basically, first of all, we have to identify the work. till the time we do not look forward to the identification of work in terms of organizing, we cannot move towards staffing. First point. Secondly, when we talk about staffing, manpower planning. What is manpower planning? We need to see estimating the manpower needs. Number one, what we have currently in terms of the manpower and how much manpower is more required. That is where we talk about the manpower planning. Once we know who are working with us and how they are working with us, then estimated manpower needs, that is knowing the workforce as well as the workload analysis. How many people are working and how is the work distributed among the various people that are working for us? That is manpower planning. Then the first point is recruitment. Do we need more people? Let's attract a few more people. When we apply for any examination, have you noticed there's a notification that is circulated in the entire social media and in terms of the in terms of they just share on the websites and people go ahead and check it out at the various resources. And what do we look forward to? The notification. The notification is a recruitment way. There is a recruitment cycle that starts with it. That means the organization is going to look forward to that we have got an opportunity, an opening for you. Then you are selected for that and then you are placed in the various areas. So that means first of all the person is recruited, then he's selected for a specific job and then he's placed in those jobs. Then people are trained in that job, then they look forward to the various working. First of all they are trained and then the development happens and then in terms of training and development, they are looking forward towards putting these people to work, and then we are also looking forward to, it's just a repetition. Let me give you another point, that is compensation and appraisal. This is one of the basic things which keeps the people in the job. See, if I apply for a job and I cannot find any improvement in that job, if the organization does not promise me that there's a growth further for me, how will I grow, right? That means will we look forward to this? It is the compensation and the appraisal which keeps the particular person sane enough to keep on working, right? So that's how we look forward towards the topic of compensation and appraisal. It's one of the most important areas which starts with the contract formation. Whenever we are looking forward towards recruitment, even when we talk about the JAIIB and CAIIB examinations, it does not only promise you in terms of your improvement in terms of your job profile, right? But also provides you an increment. That means compensation as well as appraisal. Both of these things are important for every person who is applying for any specific job, right? So here with staffing, we'll stop and then we'll move towards the next topic in the upcoming class. I hope you find this important. And today is 9. We are starting with the CAIIB batches. So if you haven't joined our batches yet, then you can check it out. The batches are on our website where you can find all the necessary details of the particular examination. So the batches have started already. If you're looking forward to it, let me show you where to go so that if you're looking forward to it, you do not lose the opportunity of joining it in the right time, because the batches have just started, right? It would be starting today only. That means click here on Adda 24/7. You'll find all the details regarding the JAIIB and CAIIB, and the CAIIB batches have just started. So I'm just clicking here. It is in the JAIIB and CAIIB. I'm on the www.adda247.com, our website. On the official website, you'll find the CAIIB 2023 batch. Here, the batch is starting today. So if you haven't reviewed the batch yet, then kindly go ahead. Both the batches are there, or that is CAIIB English as well as the CAIIB new target batch. Both these batches are available for you. All you need to do is you need to click on any of the batches, and if you're looking forward towards the English batch, you can take it up. If you're looking forward towards our the batch of bilingual, you can also take it up. All you need to do is click on the area of buy now. You need to use the code Y541 and you will get a discount of 81% if you go through our app, and here you will get it at 4799.20. So if you're looking forward to the CAIIB examination, all the subjects are covered here. Along with it, you'll also find the further details of the examination. Along with that, we'll be also providing you test series as well as ebooks, and online live classes would be there as well. So if you're looking forward towards this examination, then kindly go ahead and check it out. Thank you. I'll be meeting you tomorrow.